My name is Cassandra from CassandreBeccai.com. In this video, I'm going to share with you my natural hair story. But before we go there, I have to share with you what I'm wearing today. I'm wearing this really cute paper bag skirt. Isn't it so cute? I know. So I got it from a friend of mine from the Passion Fruit Vineyard. You can go check her out. Her name is Asha. She makes these beautiful skirts, and I'm definitely a fan. But anyway, enough of that. I'm just going to tell you about my story and how I got to where I am in my natural journey right now. I was just thinking about the fact that I've been natural for like 7 years now. It was just my birthday this past week, and I'm just thinking that it's been 7 years. I can't even believe it. But when I first started, it was it was really hard. I was relaxed for about maybe 10 years or so, and I decided that I wanted to go natural, not because I wanted to start a movement or Black Power or anything like that, but because I realized that the relaxers were giving me headaches. Every time I had a relaxer, my scalp would hurt, I would get a headache, and I started to take it as a sign from above that there's something wrong with this process. And for the sake of not losing all of my hair, I didn't lose any hair from those headaches, but I realized it wasn't a good sign, so I'm definitely not gonna have myself go bald. So I decided that December, 7 years ago, I think, that I was gonna go natural. When I started going natural, a lot of what I did was basically, as my roots were growing out, I would braid my roots and do whatever to my ends. I did a lot of curly hairstyles. I did a lot of crimped hairstyles. I just had so much fun during that transition stage. But when it was time for me to cut my hair, that's when people began to share their I think the word would probably be disgust for my choice. There were women and friends of mine who were coming up to me asking me, why am I doing that? I have such nice hair. And at the time, I didn't have an issue with relaxers. Most of the time my hair grew quite a bit, and at that time my hair was at its longest length. It was definitely inching towards mid-back length. So people were really kind of confused as they saw my hair, my relaxed hair being cut away and my roots being more and more, natural. I even remember this one time I was going to work, my mom kind of stood by the door and was like, "What are you doing?" She was just like, you don't look good. But even in spite of that, I was like, you know what, I really think this is the best choice for me. And I don't even know what gave me the encouragement or the empowerment to do it, because of course it was during the time when the natural hair movement wasn't really that much of a movement. I mean, if you were natural, you probably did it because you're kind of weird, or maybe you lived a lifestyle where maybe you're a mountainous kind of person and you're really into that kind of natural, I don't know. But anyway, it definitely wasn't me. I wasn't doing this because I was following anyone or because I was an extremist and I had to be a supernatural person. But I was doing it because I felt like this would be a better option for me right now. So as I grew my hair out, I began to really, really love it. And mind you, I had a little fro. By the time I finally cut off all my relaxed ends, I probably had maybe 2 to 3 inches of hair. And you can imagine, afro-textured hair doesn't really show its length, so it's probably, really small. But I did a lot of twist outs. I twisted my hair a lot. And as it grew, I began to really love it. And I realized that my confidence just kind of grew as my hair grew out more, because I was beginning to learn how to take care of it, how to make it look beautiful, and I was getting compliments left, right, and center, even at that short length, because I was just learning how to love myself and how to make it beautiful and captivating even to others who have no idea what being natural is like. When I finally came to school in Michigan, I was maybe 2 or 3 years natural, less than 3 years actually. And I kind of had got the hang of, you know, this natural thing. I was washing my hair once a week. I was, you know, oiling it, nothing too deep, but, you know, my hair was growing, it was doing fine. But the hard water in Michigan totally killed my hair. And I remember being warned when I stepped foot on campus that the water is going to destroy my hair, but I was kind of like, you know, like not really serious about life. But a year later, I realized it was true. I couldn't comb through my hair. Not that I combed through it that much anyway, but I mean, when it was time for me to style it, it became like this big old burden, because it felt like a big old piece of tumbleweed, and like, you know, it was really, really bad. And I literally just began to say, okay, you know what? I really need some solutions here. And I began to pray about my hair. Maybe you guys don't think praying about hair makes sense, but at the time I was very desperate, and I knew that somehow this praying thing is going to definitely help somehow. So I began to pray, and I was like, oh God, please help me here. My hair is dying and I feel like I can't do anything. So I got into just looking into some natural alternatives and finding ways to take care of my hair in spite of the water. And at this time, I still was kind of like, kind of using the water a little bit, but I was mixing stuff up to create something to just kind of help my hair. So now, 7 years later, my hair is probably the healthiest it's ever been, even though I still struggle with lots and lots and lots of different kinds of issues. Sometimes I have a whole bunch of split ends. Sometimes my hair is kind of doing the shedding thing. But I realize I feel happy. I feel like this is the best thing I could have done for myself. Not only because I know that my hair is beautiful, but I realize now that embracing my natural really taught me how to love how I am, who I am. You know, what grows out of my scalp is part of me, and it's okay. And it's also taught others around me to appreciate, you know, the things that make me me. So I'm really glad that you've joined me on my channel. I'm just going to really just share with you the things that I've learned through being natural, some of my secrets to natural hair success, some of my recipes. I'm going to share with you. I'm going to share with you how to trim your hair. And I really just want to equip you and give you an opportunity to get to where I am. And I also realize that I don't have all the answers, so I really want you to chime in too, because I'm still learning. Like I told you, you know, I'm constantly in this like, okay, you know, learning more, trying to get my hair to this healthiest it can possibly be. And I know that there's so many of you watching me even now that know more than me. So I would love for you to just communicate and share, and just let's build a community to encourage one another to love our natural, not just our natural hair, but who we are and who we're made to be. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comment box down here, and I will definitely get back to you. I'd love to hear your questions. I'd love to hear what you're interested in seeing from me. You can also find more videos like this and my blog posts and other stuff that I talk about on CassandreBeccai.com, and that's CassandreBeccai.com. Please subscribe and please share. Thank you.